Introduction. She doesn't think about you when you're always there. She doesn't miss you when you're too easy. But the moment you step back, the moment you become rare, you live inside her head and she can't switch you off. Welcome back to Brainify On. Today, I'm breaking down the exact triggers that make a woman think about you nonstop. This isn't about games. This isn't about acting fake. This is about psychology, presence, and self-control. Before we dive in, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell icon because what I'm about to tell you will change the way you see women forever. Now, let's begin. 1. The power of absence. Let me tell you the mistake most men make. They confuse why women get obsessed attention with attraction. They think the more attention they give, the more she'll value them. But what actually happens? She gets used to them. She knows their patterns. She knows they'll always be there. And because of that, she feels no urgency, no craving. Where the magic happens, you don't need to disappear for weeks or ignore her completely. That's not attraction. That's immaturity. What you need is controlled absence, space that makes her notice the silence. Imagine you're reading a book and suddenly a page is missing. What happens? Your brain won't rest until you know what's on that page. That's how her mind works. When you're not always available, she starts wondering, why hasn't he texted? Who is he with? Did he lose interest? And the more she wonders, the more she thinks about you. Here's the secret. Value is created by scarcity. A diamond is valuable not because it sparkles, but because it's rare. If you're everywhere, you're ordinary. But when you step back, you become rare. And when you're rare, you're unforgettable. Absence is not about punishment. It's about balance. Be present enough so she feels secure. Be absent enough so she feels your worth. That's how you stay in her mind without saying a single word. 2. Emotional imprint, not just words. Women don't think about men because of what they said. They think about men because of how those men made them feel. 100 guys will text her good morning. She'll forget all of them. But she won't forget the one man who left her with goosebumps after a single conversation. She won't the power of mystery. Forget the one who made her laugh so hard she couldn't stop thinking about it later. The difference is emotion. Words disappear. Emotions linger. Think about the last time you felt truly alive. Maybe it was a song, a movie, or a moment with someone. You don't remember every detail, but you remember the way it hit you. That's the exact psychology you need to trigger in her. It could be a deep silence where she felt safe in your presence. It could be a calm tone when she was angry and you refused to match her chaos. It could move, something unexpected, something that set you apart from every boring man in her inbox. And here's the truth. Strong emotions, whether they're joy, curiosity, or even a little frustration, keep you alive in her thoughts. She doesn't think about the man who gave her comfort food words. She thinks about the man who pulled her into a moment she can't erase. If you want to live in her mind, stop chasing with empty words. Start building emotional imprints that last longer than her memory can control. 3. The pull of mystery. You know what kills attraction faster than anything? Predictability. The moment she feels she's figured you out, the game is over. Mystery is magnetic. It makes her lean forward. It makes her chase. When you reveal everything about yourself too quickly, you give her no reason to wonder. And when she stops wondering, she stops thinking. Think of a movie trailer. The best trailers don't reveal the ending. They give you just enough to keep. You should be with a woman. Show parts of yourself, but never the full picture. Let her imagination do the chasing for you. Mystery doesn't mean lying. It means not over-explaining. It means you don't rush to prove yourself. You let her ask. You let her dig. You let her crave the pieces of you that she hasn't discovered yet. And here's the psychology. The human brain craves unfinished stories. When you hold something back, she keeps replaying you in her head, trying to fill the blanks. That's why the mysterious man always lingers longer than the man who overshares. Mystery is emotional triggers, heart, not about playing hard to get. It's about leaving enough unsaid so she can't stop wanting more. 4. Controlled presence. Some men go to extremes. They either suffocate her with too much presence or they vanish like they never existed. Both destroy attraction. The key is controlled presence. That means being intentional with your time and energy. It's not about being there every second. It's about showing up at the right moments in the right way. When you appear unpredictably, she feels it. When you choose quality over quantity, she notices. For example, instead of texting her every hour, you send one thoughtful message that echoes in her mind all day. Instead of hanging out whenever she calls, you choose when and where. And that choice makes her respect your presence more. Controlled presence is about rhythm. Too much and she gets bored. Too little and she forgets you. But when you master the balance, she never knows when you'll show up. And that uncertainty keeps her hooked. It's like music. What makes a song beautiful isn't the constant noise. It's the pauses between the notes. Those pauses make her lean in, waiting for what's next. That's how you stay in her mind, not by quantity, but by quality. 5. The calm chow of men fail. They try too hard to please. They think being agreeable will keep her interested. But the truth? Women don't think non-stop about men they can control. They think about the men who challenge them. The calm challenge is powerful. It's when you don't overreact. You don't chase her validation. You don't fold just to make her happy. Instead, you hold your ground calmly. The scarcity effect. When she throws a test your way, silence, mood swings, or attitude, most men panic. They argue. They beg. They lose composure. But when you remain calm, when you don't bend, she feels something she doesn't feel with others. Respect. That respect turns into curiosity. That curiosity turns into obsession. She starts asking herself, why can't I control him? Why doesn't he react like the others? What makes him so unshakable? And because she doesn't know the answer, that your emotions are not up for negotiation. You are steady. You are grounded. And that kind of strength makes you unforgettable. 6. Living with purpose. This is the deepest one and the one most men ignore. A woman can't think about you non-stop if your life doesn't go beyond her. When you live with purpose, you naturally become magnetic. Your energy changes. Your vibe is different. You're not begging for her attention because your life already has direction. Imagine 2 men. One waits by the phone all day, hoping she texts back. The other is busy building himself, pursuing his goals, living fully. Which one do you think she's going to obsess over? The one who has no life, or the one whose life is so full she wants to be a... Final thoughts and next steps. Life is bigger than a woman. She can't help but think about him. She thinks about his strength. She thinks about his focus. She thinks about how she can fit into his world. That's why purpose is the ultimate trigger. Not games, not words, not tricks. Purpose. A man with purpose is unforgettable. If you want a woman to think about you non-stop, remember this. Absence creates desire. Emotions create memory. Mystery keeps her curious. Controlled presence makes her crave. Calmness earns her respect. And purpose makes you unforgettable. Now, tell me in the comments which one of these 6 hit you the hardest. I want to know. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Brainify On for more raw truths that flip the script on love, psychology, and attraction. Remember, when you stop chasing and start living with presence and purpose, that's when she can't stop thinking about you. Final thoughts and next steps. Life is bigger than a woman. She can't help but think about him. She thinks about his strength. She thinks about his focus. She thinks about how she can fit into his world. That's why purpose is the ultimate trigger. Not games, not words, not tricks. Purpose. A man with purpose is unforgettable. If you want a woman to think about you nonstop, remember this. Absence creates desire. Emotions create memory. Mystery keeps her curious. Controlled presence makes her crave. Calmness earns her respect. And purpose makes you unforgettable. Now, tell me in the comments which one of these 6 hit you the hardest. I want to know. If this video spoke to you, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to Brainify on for more raw truths that flip the script on love, psychology, and attraction. Remember, when you stop chasing and start living with presence and purpose, that's when she can't stop thinking about you.